uh, I think we may need to wait for a bit longer. I'm just waiting for a couple of Bangladesh friends to join in as well. Okay, so let's start. So, in the past few hours, there have been some very good developments. Um, so, with respect to Bangladesh uh, politics and also the protest, the so-called protest by the so-called students. So, since yesterday evening, and maybe like since the past 24 hours, we have been hearing that students and the Jamaat, the Yunus government, the regime is not in good terms. And today, with Awami League not in question, they are also turning against BNP. So that's the major development for today. So today we have seen a lot of uh, BNP leaders being targeted by Jamaat, the Chhatr Shibir, which is the student wing, youth wing of Jamaat. So now what is happening currently is that these guys are not able to handle what they have achieved till now, of course, illegally. So they are not able to handle power. And these students, I mean, so just to go back again, past 24 hours, 24 hours back, there were discussions whether to conduct today's constitution burial, 1972 constitution burial or not. Apparently, what has happened is these people have uh, the Jamaat people were actually not getting enough support, traction, even from within BNP. And that is one of the reasons why I think these guys are very pissed off with BNP as well. See, past few days, or especially in the past 24 hours, BNP has sent quite a clear signal that 1971 is a settled issue. and there is no way that they are going to even negotiate on that. And that even for BNP, both Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and Ziaur Rahman, they are settled issues. They're not going to go there. They're not going to even do a rethink on whether Mukti Bahini was correct or not. Okay, so that's where we are, and that's the red line. And Jamaat is actually pushing that red line back. So they are actually hitting at BNP, saying you have to give Razakars some recognition as well, somewhere of that sort. That's a no-go area for BNP, because all that BNP has done all along, just like Awami League, for an outsider like us, it's a democratic party all said and done. What they do democratically is something different. Okay, so whether like political revenge or whatever you call it, differences, whatever you call it, that is part of the democratic setup. So they have to deal with it. That's for both Awami League and for BNP. Now the problem is when the third entity comes, which is the defeated forces of 1971, that changes the entire game. And that over a period of time, over a period of 15 years, the template is something very similar, which is to be noted very carefully, because this is something which we will face over a period of time in India as well. 15 years of uh, great governance, then suddenly one day, plug is pulled. All along the 15 years, empowerment, getting them training, everything would be done. And at the end of the 15 years, plug will be pulled. Okay. So from Jan to August, like within 6, 7, 8 months, everything ramped up. And then within 8 months, it's gone. 7 months to be precise, because they won on Jan first week or something. Then within 7 months, it's gone. Everything is done and dusted. And within by the end of this year, they have reached a position that they are able to even burn the constitution. Now, this is a country that we are speaking about 90% from their own community, and of which 50% of them are actually opposing what they are doing right now. And they are not able to do much, which is the problem. So, that on one side. And on the other, what has also happened is somewhere BNP has also started to do a rethink on whether to stay with these guys, because they keep going on to no-go zones. That's not the right way to uh, go. And also, it is more like BNP, part of BNP is also very uh, respective of 1972 constitution and settled issues like Mujibur Rahman, legacy, and all those things. If Shibir pushes too much, excuse me. Sorry. So if the opposition pushes too much, then what will happen is part of Jamaat, part of BNP, and part of Awami League will start talking and finish off Shibir once and for all. And that will happen at some point, because in a democratic setup, it will happen. The way Shibir is going after um, uh, the BNP, it will happen sooner than we expect it to happen. So that's on one side. The other side is how the students, so-called students anti-discrimination movement, has performed. See, in the last few hours or so, there have been instances of how Sarjis Islam kind of coordinators, so to speak, those people have actually exposed themselves more than what we could expect them to. Now this guy goes and says ki Shibir was all along behind us and we didn't have much support. And it was because of Shibir that we were able to oust Sheikh Hasina from government. Now the other side is his counterpart in another his colleague, uh, uh, what's his name, uh, Hasnat, one idiot called Hasnat. So what Hasnat has done is उसका WhatsApp leak हो गया है, and I've seen that WhatsApp and I got the translation done by my Bangladeshi friends as well. So the thing is, these guys have been paying thousands of taka, 1,000 Bangladeshi taka per head, and everyone were instructed to bring 100 people. For each, they have been paying 1,000 taka. And there are WhatsApp images. I mean, like I've given it to someone to post it. So I think like it's most likely with many people right now. And yeah, so I didn't post it because I don't want to reveal the other person who got it. So let them reveal it. I've seen it, by the way. So just think, 100 people each, 1,000 rupees. Just do the math. How many people are there in that protest today? Should be around 30-40,000 into 1,000. Are we talking about millions of dollars here? Who is funding these guys? And mind you, until last night, these guys were supposed to call off the protest. क्योंकि पैसा बढ़ गया, they had to come. So what they did? Okay, we will do a march for unity. In which is they are like ready to come, bring people. There are audio which I've listened, like saying, I've spent so much, you are not paying me full. And this guy says, Hasnat says, you have to bring in 100 people, matlab 100 people you have to bring. Others, I'm not paying you for the fraction of it. This is like our credit card reward points. If you only spend 100 rupees, we will give you 2 points or 4 points. Anything above 100 and below the next 100, you're not getting anything. So something of that sort is happening also. So overall, this whole protest and the constitutional burial protest, it's all about $1 million money swindling mechanism, thanks to the microfinance guy. And uh, there is a lot, and people are actually going behind anyone and everyone who is demanding election because they want to do protest. Simple. Protest, protest, protest. Nothing else. Just 6 months of this cycle of protest, protest, protest will bury not the constitution of 1972, but the country as a whole. These guys are, they are not talking sense. They don't understand what is happening with them. It's as simple as that. Now, the thing is, the protests are also failing. Whatever these guys do, and today two incidents happened, one in Khulna and one in Gopalganj. Apparently, the the one of the incidents that is at Gopalganj was actually publicized or by their propaganda as Awami League hitting protesters coming to students coming to Dhaka. Actually, it was not the case. The bus in which they were coming, it actually hit an auto, and then that auto driver went and spoke to this bus driver, and then the होते हैं ना हर बस में there will be some kind of a leader. That guy actually started some conversation, and it went into a full-on Kalesh mode. That's what happened. And in Khulna, the moment people know that these guys are there in the bus, they started hitting themselves. There is nowhere Awami League in the picture, and we all know why. See, Awami League, for all valid reasons, बाहर आएंगे तो they'll get disturbed or even killed in some cases. So, so this is the state of affairs as of today. So we'll have some more information. I've asked a few people to join, but then they will join over a period of time during this space. So if anyone wants to talk, just take the mic. I'll just send in a request. Arifin bhai, I have given you the mic. You can take it and speak. Uh, Polydamas, you want to speak? Send in a request. For some reason, I'm not able to send you an invite, Polydamas. So yeah, so the issue is like this. I mean, where we are heading is there is no Awami League in picture as on date. BNP is doing a rethink, a very big rethink, so to speak, whether to continue with Jamaat or not. Because see, they don't want to be caught on the wrong side of history after all these years, right? Nobody wants to spoil that legacy. So that's happening. And we are also seeing Jamaat versus um, uh, Jamaat versus BNP. And in all this, Yunus is a bit silent, because it is also about money. So, and terrorism, of course. So, one other thing which we got to know today was that the deep state is also pissed off with these guys. And for whatever reason, they are slightly expressing their disappointment a bit openly. Uh, Coincidentally, after External Affairs Minister of India went to US, so there is a lot going on there. So that's also something which we need to keep in mind. But the key point we need to discuss is on how the Shibir is making so much of money, and Shibir as in not just Shibir but also the so-called student leaders, coordinators, making so much money. So that's something which we need to discuss today. Oh, and one last point. There have also been reports of Jamaat coordinators, Shibir coordinators joining police without any training, without any interview, without any orders. So that's again a bit disturbing, because anyone in a police cloth can do a lot, and Shibir is doing that. So I've seen like photographs of Shibir coordinators being part of police force in riot control setup. So that's again something which we'll need to dig deep on. We'll need to keep eyes open on. So yeah, I'll give mic to Arifin bhai. Arifin bhai, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for giving me mic. Namaste, Adab, Sat Sri Akal, Assalamu Alaikum. First of all, a new year is coming, so Happy New Year to everyone. अल्लाह के पास प्रे करूंगा जो आप लोग सबको खैर दे, अल्लाह शायद दे। तो अभी जो बांग्लादेश में हो रहा है ना, वो एक्चुअली डे बाय डे इज गोइंग टू वर्स। अभी आपको बात मैं सुन रहा था। आई एम ए सेंट्रल यूनिट कमेटी मेंबर ऑफ बांग्लादेश आवाम लीग। अभी मेरे लाइफ के थ्रेड है, देखिए हम लोग अगस्त में कंट्री छोड़ना पड़ा। अभी बाहर हूँ मैं। एक बात एक मैं कहना चाहूंगी, जो थोड़ा बहुत हमारा भी वहाँ पर आदमी है, लोकजन है, एक मुद्दा उठ के आया है। एक मुद्दा उठ के आया जो कि मुद्दा है क्या, हमारा जो जेल में जो हमारा लीडर है, आवाम लीग का जो बिग बिग लीडर है, उसके साथ भी एक चिटांग में जो हमारा इस्कॉन का जो लीडर है चिन्मय प्रभु दास, तो दे आर डूइंग समथिंग वेरी बैड। आई थिंक मैंने पूरा वहाँ पर कुछ करना चाहता है। जो जो हिंदू लीडर ऑफ बांग्लादेश चिन्मय दास, they can माने he can be also assassinated inside the jail, and आवाम लीग का लीडर जो कासिमपुर भी है, वो also भी they also be assassinated in inside the jail। एक थ्रेट आया है ना उनके ऊपर, तो इस थ्रेट के लेके हम लोग सब बहुत नर्वस है अभी। जो जेल हत्या हम कहते थे कि हमारा जो नेशनल फोर लीडर था उसका भी जेल हत्या हो गया था 1975 में। आफ्टर 1975 हमारा जो जातिर पिता बंगबंधु शेख मुजीबुर रहमान, उसके बाद ये हुआ था इतिहास में। तो क्या है ना, हिस्ट्री सामने आ रहा है जो बार बार हिस्ट्री मैंने क्या कहते हैं उसको, रिपीट हो रहा है। तो अभी जो हमारा लॉ मिनिस्टर है, हमारा एक फाइनेंशियल एडवाइज़र भी है, और दो तीन मिनिस्टर भी है जो अभी जेल में है, तो उसका भी एसिनेशन हो सकते हैं, ऐसे थ्रेट आ गया है अभी। और उसका टारगेट है मेनली चिटांग में जो हमारा जो चिन्मय प्रभु दास है इस्कॉन का, उसके ऊपर भी एक थ्रेड है। फिर 1972 का जो संविधान है वो लोग चेंज करेगा ऐसे वो कह रहे थे। उसका मेन मतलब है वो सब लोग यहाँ पर एक इस्लामिस्ट गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म करना चाहता है। और ये रेडिकल इस्लामिस्ट का फादर कौन है, कौन मुद्दा कौन ले आए, इसका एक ही आदमी है, डॉक्टर यूनुस। उसने अभी बांग्लादेश में टेररिज्म का बीज बोना है, बांग्लादेश को एक टेररिस्ट कंट्री करना चाहता है, एज वेल एज रेडिकल इस्लामिस्ट को स्टैब्लिश भी करना चाहता है। सो हम लोग एक बहुत एक सीरियस सिचुएशन में हूँ अभी। मेरा प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था, थोड़ा बहुत नेटवर्क का इशू है आई थिंक।
Arfin bhai, I think you dropped off, or
सुन रहा है
your
आप?
voice is not.
अब सुन रहे हैं अभी?
Yeah, maybe you need to change your network or something.
मेन टारगेट है जमात को सत्ता में आने ले आने के, इसलिए जो करना चाहता है वो सब लोग अभी कर रहा है। आज देखो ना, जो यहाँ पर जो साजिश है, स्टूडेंट वैषम्य विरोधी आंदोलन जिसको कहता है इस लोग, डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, स्टूडेंट आंदोलन फॉर डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, उसका जो बैनर था, तो क्या है ना, धोखा हो गया बांग्लादेश से, जो पीपल है उसके साथ धोखा हो गया। और सब लोग ने इसको मैंने हमारा जो पीपल है उसका इमोशन को यूज करके टिश्यू की तरह छोड़ दिया। इसके पीछे में हमारा नेत्री और पीएम और ऑनरेबल पीएम जो नीतीश के साथ पहले से कह आता था जो इसके पीछे जमात है, शिविर है। तो क्या है ना, हमारा जो मिडिल क्लास फैमिली और जो वर्क मैं क्या ना वर्किंग पीपल, जो कोई पॉलिटिक्स में नहीं है, जो जस्ट इनकम करता है रहता है बांग्लादेश में, वो सब लोग ना वो बात को नहीं समझा। जब एनएससी कह रहे हैं तो क्या होता है ना, एक पॉलिटिकल आदमी जब कौन बात कहता है ना, तो सब लोग थिंकिंग करता है जो वो उसके फायदे के लिए कह रहे हैं। तो हमारा नेत्री पहले से जो कर रहा था वो देश के लिए कर रहा था, जो कहना था वो देश के लिए कहते था। तो हम लोग ना नहीं समझा जो नेत्री क्या कह रहे हैं। अब जाके देखो दिसंबर 31 में आके वो सब लोग ने ओपनली इसको डिक्लेयर करके क्या कहते हैं, स्टैब्लिश कर दिया जो उसके साथ जमात शिविर था। उसको जो जामा शिविर ने हेल्प भी किया। बट एक बात देखो, बीएमपी क्या है ना, वो कहता है बांग्लादेश में एक फ्रेज है जो छागल 3 नंबर बच्चा। तो बीएमपी अभी छागल का 3 नंबर बच्चा हो गया। वो उसका आदमी दिया, फंड दिया, उसके भी साथ है। बट वो अभी जाके ये सब लोग ने तो बीएमपी के नाम नहीं है, वो जाके जामात शिविर के लिए, क्योंकि जामात शिविर पहले से थे ना। तो बीएमपी क्या है ना, बीएमपी के चाहिए सत्ता में कैसे दखल करना, इसलिए बीएमपी काम कर रहा था। क्या बीएमपी भी जानता है जो इलेक्शन होगा तो बीएमपी नहीं आएगा, पब्लिक बीएमपी को नहीं वोट देगा। तो अब जाके क्या हुआ ना, जो एक क्लियर पिक्चर आ गया बांग्लादेश में, जो इसका जो आंदोलन हुआ था, जो सो कॉल्ड दे स्टूडेंट, दे कॉल देमसेल्फ स्टूडेंट, असल दे सब ये सब लोग जो है यार मिलिटेंट है, जंगी है, ये राजाकार का नातीपोता बच्चा है। ये राजाकार का उत्तरसूरी है, ये कोई स्टूडेंट नहीं है। क्या कोई अपनी निज कंट्री को ध्वंस नहीं करना चाहता है ना, ये सब लोग अभी इसका खुद का कंट्री को डिस्ट्रॉय कर देना चाहता है, बांग्लादेश को ठेल दे रहा है अभी। जो बांग्लादेश में एक रेडिकल इस्लामिस्ट कंट्री को कहने के लिए वो सब लोग उठ के पड़ के बैठा है अभी।
दादा, अभी कहाँ पे पैसा कितना बट रहा है? हु इज पेइंग मोर? ये बताओ आप। छात्र शिविर बट रहा
क्या है
है,
ना, एक
बटा रहा है कि बीएनपी बटा रही है?
ना बीएमपी अभी पैसे नहीं दे रहा है। अभी जो फंडिंग आ रहा है सब हिजबुत तहरीर से आ रहा है, जमात इस्लाम कर रहा है, हिजबुत तहरीर कर रहा है। अगर फंड आया
कौन
है
फंड
हिजबुत
कर रहा है?
तहरीर कर
कहाँ
रहा
से
है।
फंड आ रहा है? फंड कहाँ से आ
जमात
रहा है?
जमात का। और कहाँ से आ रहा है, ये तो मिडिल ईस्ट का बहुत कंट्री है, वो हमारे यहाँ पर आ रहा है।
हम्म।
क्या है ना, जब भी बांग्लादेश में जब जुलाई में जो आंदोलन हुआ था ना, जून
हम्म।
जून में हम लोग एक देखा जाए, हमारा जो बहुत रिमिटेंस आ रहा है। तो रेमिटेंस आके हम
हम्म।
लोग बहुत खुश हो गया था, हमारा मिनिस्टर भी खुश खुश हो गया था जो बाहर से बहुत रेमिटेंस आ रहा है, रेमिटेंस आ रहा है, बांग्लादेश अच्छा कर रहा है। बांग्लादेश से जो बाहर
हम्म।
गया है वर्क कर रहे हैं। असल रेमिटेंस का क्यों गया है, ये रेमिटेंस आया है, वो जो जुलाई में ये सब लोग डिजाइन किया था, मेट्रिकुलस प्लान डिजाइन करके रखा था, उसके लिए पैसा आ
हम्म।
रहा था ना। तो ये तो
हम्म।
समझ नहीं पाया। और अभी तो ओपन हो गया सब। क्या है ना, एक
हम्म।
पर्सन को ये सब लोग 1,000 करके देगा, एक पर्सन को 1,000 देगा, ऐसे करके लोग करेक्ट
हम्म।
कर रहे हैं अभी, क्योंकि पीपल का समर्थन नहीं है
कितने
ना
दिन के
अभी।
लिए? 1000 रुपये पर डे?
ना ना, ए पर डे, पर डे, पर डे।
बाप रे।
क्यों ना, अभी तो समर्थन
हम्म।
नहीं है ना। अब तो कोई आपका डाक में कोई तो एक बार आप बुका हो गया है ना, बार बार तो आपको
हम्म।
फुल नहीं कर सकेगा। तो बांग्लादेश का पीपल जो है आम जनता, वो समझ गया है अभी ये सब क्यों हो रहा है।
हम्म।
तो हमारे यहाँ पर बहुत सारे आदमी है जो अभी पॉवर्टी में रहता है, हाँ, बिलो द पॉवर्टी लाइन के नीचे रहता है, इनकम नहीं है। तो 1,000 रुपये उसके लिए बहुत कुछ है ना। तो जा रहा है अभी,
हम्म।
उसके लिए तो देश को भी कुछ नहीं है, कौन कौन बैनर गया है आपने, वो भी कुछ नहीं, वो पैसे के लिए जा रहा है अभी।
हम्म। ठीक है। सो Dada, I'll give someone Tufani Bhai, if I mean, then I'll come to Polydamas. Uh, Tufani Bhai, I mean, like, if you want to make some point.
Thank you, Sniper Bhai, for giving me the chance to ask something. I am from Bangladesh and now I am from Dhaka. I have a question to you. Actually, Yunus
To me?
regime wants to ban ISKCON. Yes, Sniper Bhai, to
Okay.
you. Yunus regime actually wants to ban ISKCON, but interestingly, Donald Trump has won the American election, and he already appointed some topmost officials in his upcoming administration.
Mm.
So, what will be happening next?
See, ISKCON, see, you can ban it. How long, I mean, will it last is something which is a matter of question. Because for two reasons. One, the international pressure that ISKCON will put on Bangladesh regime, the illegitimates, will be huge. And it'll mostly come from, say, Russia and all those places where you think will support Jamaat. है ना? तो except for, say, Middle East, rest everywhere where the funding is coming from, say the Nordic countries and parts of Europe. They have very strong hold, and they have a proper, well-oiled PR machine, and it's not like any other Hindu organization. If you are taking on ISKCON, you are as good as taking. It's as good as taking on um, a well-established church. See, one of the Orthodox churches. They have pretty much organized PR machine. You can't fight with them. They have a lot of people who we don't know exist, but they are in power, places of power, and uh, and also like spiritually, even within um, Bangladesh. I mean, look at it this way: Bangladesh has 10% of minorities, maybe to 8 9%, maybe, okay, somewhere there, less than 10% market, of which how much are ISKCON? Yet you are very much coming and asking us the question how big.
ISKCON is very big. So far, I know people from different religions are ISKCON member, and they love ISKCON.
Exactly my point.
Even Muslims love
Exactly my
ISKCON.
point. Exactly my
Yes.
point. You don't know who they are, and
Mm,
you might think, okay, this is not going to this is going to be only Hindus, and Hindus ka subsection it will be ISKCON. It may very well be beyond that. And
yes.
when I say that, I mean, uh, I know some friends in India who are ISKCON members who belong to Muslim community. I mean,
Yes. Yes. You're right.
they have been in Middle East for very long, and they're still members. I know a Saudi family who is part of ISKCON, a
Yes.
family of 11, a family of 11. I mean, like it's brother, sister, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, co-sister, co-brother, everyone. That's like 11 member family, a part of ISKCON, and they are in Saudi right now, Jeddah. So you never know where they exist, and the goodwill is purely. See, why would you end up banning it? I mean, and for as a matter of fact, the current family that I spoke to you about, they are still practicing Muslims, but they are ISKCON members, and
Yes.
it
Yes.
works very differently. And ISKCON is not, um, uh, or rather, could be limited to a particular uh, community or a religion or a faith. है ना? So all these things are very different. They are into like a lot of spiritual activities, which you can't. You don't expect to comprehend from people like Chhatar Shibir and Jamaat. They are like very class apart, and they also have money, which is something which Jamaat lacks as on date. They have to producibles to get reimbursed from Middle Eastern countries. So it's not going to last even if they are banned. They can very well go and try some tricks. Good luck to them, and it'll backfire very badly on them. And if they do something to Chinmidas or any of these con members, it'll last long. Just like uh, it's going to last long. It's going to be pasted on their back for a very long time. It will be their legacy of sorts. And so that's something where we are heading. It's not that I want Chinmedas or anyone else to be, um, uh, uh, pushed to death or something. But then that will be. I'm just making a point that these guys will be. That will be their monumental stupid mistake. So I'll leave it at that. So hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
yeah. Uh, Polydamas bhai, sir.
Hi everybody. First of all, this year is passing and new year is coming. So I wish everybody a very happy new year. with new hopes, and I truly hope that Bangladesh becomes stable in the new year. Um, the conversation today is very interesting, particularly after the developments that have taken place in the past 48 hours. Uh, since Arifin Bhai also told that today, I think Sniper said that 1,000 taka was paid per head to gather crowd at Shahid Minar today. So I was kind of laughing because this is what exactly I was expecting. Uh, because it is very difficult for me to understand that people will still come out to support them. uh, what I was thinking was that if you see the dressing sense of the student leaders, particularly Hasnat Abdullah, before August and what he wears today, they wear branded clothes, they wear branded shoes, right? They have glow on the faces, gained weight, the confidence is very high. So in 4 months and 5 months,
Mercedes car.
Mercedes cars. And what I see in these, I do not think that anybody can become so rich in 5 months. Particularly if you go and scroll the old Facebook profiles of all the student leaders. Particularly, I'm talking about Hasnat because he speaks the most. Right. So if you go and see his Facebook profile, he has marked himself as a digital creator, and I think I'm pretty sure that he was not even a good student. So what happened was these student leaders were identified quite earlier. I believe that before elections in January, because they went to Dubai in April, where they met some ISI people, and then after August took place, they again went to Doha, Qatar in September, where they met some US officials. Right. So I think they were planted, and this is from where they're getting all the money. But the tactics are the same. Why people are coming for
Sorry to
1,000
interrupt.
taka?
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Like, when was this?
They went to Dubai in April to meet some ISI chaps, and they went to Doha in September.
Okay.
Yeah, but in September they met some US people along with the Pakistanis, right? And
Now
immediately
that
after
makes sense,
September,
actually.
immediately after September, they also then they फिर तो थोड़ा open हो गया because they then openly started going to Pakistan embassy in Bangladesh, because I think some pictures also circulated in social media at that time when they met the Pakistan High Commissioner in Dhaka, right? So
Hmm.
all this clearly indicates towards where the money is coming from. The money circulation, particularly in South Asia, is largely where Muslim population is high, is largely done through Saudi to Jamaat, right? Because through funding channels. And Yunus himself has been the microfinance guy, so getting money into Bangladesh is not a very big deal for him. It's just a click of a finger. Right.
Hmm.
So, but the tactics are the same, because irrespective of how much money you get, irrespective of इतना बड़ी गाड़ी में आप घूम लो, वही 1,000 टका देके आप लोगों को बुला रहे हो, क्योंकि what is happening on the ground is that in the past 5 months people have actually suffered a lot. They don't have money to buy anything, and if somebody is offering them 1,000 taka to come and gather at a crowd, I think moral values do not matter to them much, because the first thing that they need to feed is their own tummies, right? It's about money, because there is so much scarcity of money, and there is hyperinflation over there in Bangladesh right now. However, what happened in Khulna today and Gopalganj today, I think it was a burst of public anger, and I believe that more such incidents will be happening in this new year. As far as BNP is concerned, irrespective of whatever associations BNP has with whomsoever, but BNP is an old political party. They are politicians, just like Awami League people. Jamatis are not politicians at all, and neither is Yunus. So, at one point of time, irrespective of how much corrupt a politician is, they exactly know that देश ही नहीं रहेगा तो पॉलिटिक्स भी नहीं रहेगा, और पॉलिटिक्स नहीं रहेगा तो करियर भी नहीं रहेगा. So I believe that BNP is definitely going to take a U-turn, but as I said in the earlier spaces also, that BNP is going to be the kingmaker in the coming times. This is what I see. But even if they are stepping back, supporting Awami League, or if Awami League and BNP are going together for the future of Bangladesh, I think it is the right thing to do as a political party and the politicians.
That's right. I now am connecting dots backwards. Like, why the Doha visit of External Affairs Minister after meeting the incoming NSA? It makes a lot of sense. I'm just connecting dots here. We don't know the exacts, but based on our conversation, we are just connecting dots here. And also, uh, uh, okay, I'll come to that next. Come to that point next. Yeah, Arfin bhai, you wanted to say something?
या दादा थैंक यू ना पॉलिटिकल दादा ने जितने जो बात कहा है ना अभी उसके लिए मैंने एक बात मैंने दिमाग में आया अभी जब अगस्त के बाद हमारा जो सजीवत जॉय है पीएम सन ग्रैंडसन ऑफ आवर नेशनल फादर जनरल Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Jatir Pita Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So Joy Mama says also said that to the BMP, they whatever we have done to you, that's our mistake. Let's come and come together.
Oh, he did?
And yeah, he did it. He did it in August also. So क्या है
When
ना
was this?
बीएमपी के अगस्त अगस्त में जब अगस्त 5 अगस्त के बाद उसने किंतु ये स्टेटमेंट डाल दिया था तारक को मेंशन करके डायरेक्टली बात डाल दिया था तभी बट बीएमपी क्या है ना बीएमपी के दो दो हिस्सा हो गया एक हिस्सा है जो जमात के साथ मिला जुला है एक हिस्सा है जो 1971 को बिलीव करता है उसके मुख से आप बंगबंधु के खिलाफ कोई लफ्ज नहीं निकल गए वो कह रहा थोड़ा बहुत पॉलिटिकली डिफरेंट हो सकता है ना बट कह रहा वो सब लोग तो देश के खिलाफ नहीं जाएगा बट बीएमपी वो नहीं किया बीएमपी वो नहीं किया वो सब लोग ने समझा जो वो लोग क्षमा सत्ता में आ गया है वो जो किया जो तांडव किया है अभी भी कर रहा है किलिंग हिंदू पीपल किलिंग आवामी लीग सपोर्टर्स किलिंग एक्टिविटीज आवामी लीग की जो एक्टिविटीज है उसको भी किल कर रहा है तो अब थोड़ा बहुत जाके अब जाके जब 1972 का जो संविधान है मतलब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है उसको जब बातिल करने के लिए जो वो प्लान किया था मेटिकुलर ये प्लान भी एक मेटिकुलर डिजाइन है क्या ना यूनुस चाहता है जो बांग्लादेश में टेररिस्ट एस्टैब्लिश हो पर रेडिकल इस्लामिस्ट को एस्टैब्लिश हो वो एक इस्लामिक कंट्री करेगा क्या इस्लामिक कंट्री जिसमें आप टेररिस्ट को पैदा करके एक्सपोर्ट कर सको जहाँ जहाँ टेररिज्म दरकार पड़ेगा वहां पर आप एक्सपोर्ट कर दो आप बांग्लादेश से ये चाहता है ठीक ना तो if BMP think that they love their country they came and stand with us बट वो अभी भी ट्यूबलाइट की तरह जल रहा है सो रहा है अभी बीएमपी अभी भी सो रहा है जो प्रैक्टिकल जो परफेक्ट जो अभी क्या हो रहा है ना उसको उसको देखकर भी वो अभी एक्शन नहीं ले रहा है उसका एक बीएमपी का एक पॉलिसी है क्या है ना एंटी इंडिया बारे में वो बात करना चाहता है एंटी इंडिया एक्टिविटीज करना है जो ना कुछ दिन पहले इंडिया का साड़ी कहना है जो मेरे बीबी का साड़ी है इंडियन वो मैं जला दे रहा हूँ उस दिन आके चाल आके रुका है तो क्या है ना आप लोग जो कर रहे हो मुख से बोल रहे हो बट अंदर से और एक हो वो एक पॉलिटिकल इसको क्या कहते हैं स्टैंड होता है उसका तो ऑलवेज वो इंडिया के खिलाफ बात करता है तो अब क्या है ना अब तो नहीं झुका सकोगे जो 1971 में भारत इंडिया ने हमको जो हेल्प किया है उसके बदौलत हम लोग हमारा जो फ्रीडम पाया है 1971 का वार जीता है आप तो अस्वीकार नहीं कर सकोगे ना तो समटाइम्स दे डू दैट बट मैं नया साल में ये बात छोड़ रहा हूँ जो मैं आशा कर रहा हूँ बीएमपी का भी दिमाग घूरेगा, खुलेगा, बीएमपी का भी दिमाग खुलेगा। वो देश के लिए 1971 के लिए, 1972 का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के लिए हमारा साथ आके खड़ा होगा, क्योंकि बीएमपी भी स्वीकार करता है एक जाति एक नेता बंगबंधु शेख मुजीबुर रहमान, ठीक है ना। तो इलेक्शन होगा, तब जाके जो पब्लिक जिसको चुनेगा ना वही तो सत्ता में आएगा। बट ऐसे करके दाखिल करके आप कोई कंट्री का पावर में नहीं रह सकता। थैंक यू।
सही बात है, सही बात है।
I just want to add one thing to Arvind Bhai's point.
प्लीज प्लीज।
What he, yeah, what he was saying that BNP's point is anti-India. So I think you people being because they are your fellow countrymen, you should talk to them and tell them कि anti-India, anti-Pakistan, anti-China, anti-America कर लेंगे, पहले घर बचा लो. Right? You should have a home to go back to after you fight. Right? You don't have a home right now. Right? At the,
दादा इसलिए तो मैंने कहा जो वो ट्यूबलाइट है, थोड़ा टाइम लेके जलता है ना, उसका दिमाग कारण की तरह नहीं काम करता है। थोड़ा ट्यूबलाइट है, उसको नराओ, उसको
बट आई
झुकाओ
थिंक
झुकाओ तब जाके जलता है। वो
मैं
चाइना
क्या
चाइना
लाइक
उसका क्या ना, इंडिया को बैकिंग कौन कर रहा है? खुला बात है ना, इंडिया को कौन बैकिंग कर रहा है? इंडिया को चाइना बैकिंग कर रहा है। अब जाके चाइना धीमा बन
इंडिया
गया।
को इंडिया को
इंडिया
कौन
ना
बैकिंग कर रहा है?
बीएमपी को बीएमपी
हाँ, बीएमपी को, हाँ।
बीएमपी को चाइना बैकिंग कर रहा है। इंडिया को कौन बैकिंग करेगा? इंडिया तो सबको बैकिंग करता है ना।
हमें बैकिंग नहीं चाहिए भाई। वी आर बेटर व्हेन वी आर अलोन।
क्या ना, डेवलपमेंट सबके नजर में आ रहा है ना, वो
I just want
डेवलपमेंट
to add one
पाकिस्तान का
more point, Dada. 2 days back there was spaces. You said one important thing that BNP, I think, said that elections should be conducted under UN's observation. I just want to make one point. Why do people in South Asia always bring a white man in between to justify the elections that is supposed to be done? America is the oldest democracy, which is what they claim. India is the largest democracy. Why cannot elections be conducted under India's guidance? There, it is the largest democratic country.
डेफिनेटली
It is
डेफिनेटली क्यों नहीं
conducts the
होगा,
last.
क्यों नहीं होगा, होगा क्यों नहीं होगा। इंडिया इंडिया आई सेड दैट यूएसए एंड इंडिया बोथ, I said India and USA both monitoring this election that will be happening in 2025 or 2026.
And one more thing I want to clarify is that ये जो एक धारणा बनी हुई है that US is the oldest democracy. No, India is the oldest democracy in the world since
Exactly,
past 10,000
exactly,
years.
exactly.
Since past
Right,
10,000
brother,
years,
right.
there has been no dictatorship in India ever.
और एक और चीज भी है, आई मीन इन दिस ओल्डेस्ट डेमोक्रेसी आर्ग्यूमेंट, देयर वुमेन स्टार्टेड वोटिंग वेरी लेट। आई मीन हमारा तो आई मीन दे स्टार्टेड वोटिंग राइट फ्रॉम 1947, and for that matter even in Pakistan when they had their first election, men and women voted. In fact, I'll go further. I mean, like, women's rights are much protected even in Pakistan and Bangladesh. They've had I mean, heads of state, but then US still struggling to even elect a Kamala Harris. They're trying whether a Michelle Obama or someone uh, could become. Even Michelle is not the right candidate because some say it's Michael. So that's again a controversial one. I wouldn't go there. But then we are far ahead. So we don't need someone from with a lighter skin to judge us. I mean, like, we have women pilots, we have women space astronauts. Uh, I mean, their women astronauts are also sometimes from our. They've outsourced it to us, so it's us. So South Asians are much mm, uh, capable and talented rather than uh, their lighter skin ones. I mean, we are not too fried. We are not unfried. We are like rightly fried. Our skin color. So yeah, that ways.
डेफिनेटली डेफिनेटली। दादा एक बात मैं छेड़ना चाहता हूँ, एक मुद्दा उठाना चाहता हूँ, जब मैं थ्रो दिस स्पेस थ्रो जो आप लोग जो इंडिया में है।
Before that, Arfin bhai, before that, See, one more point that I wish to add: bringing in UN is not a big deal. You bringing in,
Yes,
say,
yes, yes, definitely,
US
definitely.
is also not a big deal. Problem tab aayega when they ask for a share of your sovereignty. They are not going to do it for free. They are not India.
इंडिया
इंडिया
राइट
15 दिन में
सॉवरेंटी की बात जब आएगा, हाँ
एक सेकेंड
डेफिनेटली।
अश्विन भाई एक सेकेंड 1971 में वी वेंट इन went to Dhaka, made the needful, did the needful, and then we were on our way out. हमने कुछ ये नहीं मांगा था except that culturally you protect our people also. That's the bare minimum that one can request. ठीक है, अगर वो भी नहीं हुआ and then I mean US is not going to do that. They are going to like either take your country's sovereignty just like what they did with Japan. जापान का क्या हुआ था? लिटरली दे लॉस्ट एवरीथिंग। आर्मी भी लड़ नहीं सकता। इट्स अ पैसिफिस्ट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। वैसा हो जाएगा आपका। तब क्या करेंगे आप? सी यू हैव अ ह्यूज मैन पावर एंड in the west there is no organized manpower and you can supply a lot of manpower. नौकरी बहुत है, अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड ऑर्गेनाइज्ड सब कुछ है, बहुत है। एंड गवर्नमेंट नीड्स टू डू दैट। तो वैसा आपका डाइवर्ट करना है। नाउ यू कांट सिट एंड से हम लोग विल थ्रो द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, बरी द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। पहले इनको हटाओ, वट एवर इज नीडफुल, लेट पीपल थ्रो देम आउट, देन बांग्लादेश विल बाय इटसेल्फ चूज अ न्यू पाथ। तो यूएन को लेके मत आना कभी। आई मीन दैट मिस्टेक नेवर डू। द मोमेंट यू स्टेप
हाँ,
आई
यूएन
मीन
में
बिगिन यूएन,
मैं यूएन
you'll
से
have
नहीं कह रहा,
China,
मैं
you'll
यूएस
have
से कह
Russia.
रहा था, मैं यूएस से कह रहा, अभी यूएस से कह रहा था। यूएन नहीं, क्या है ना, यूएसए ने आके यहाँ पर पानी को घोला कर दिया है। बाइडेन एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जो किया है ना, इसका फलप्रसू अभी आप जो बांग्लादेश को देख रहे हो, वो तो स्वीकार नहीं करेगा कोई। क्या हमारा नेत्री भी कहा, एक व्हाइट आके नेत्री के पास बांग्लादेश का भूखंड छाया, तो नेत्री डायरेक्टली कहा मैं मेरा बांग्लादेश के 1 इंची माटी भी नहीं दूंगा। इसके बाद आज क्या हो रहा है, 2026 में अगस्त में नेत्री को एक जो हुआ है, इसको क्या कहूंगा मैं, जो षडयंत्र हुआ है, इसको फेस करना पड़ा। ठीक है ना। तो मैं कह रहा था जेहेतु यूएसए में से स्टार्ट हुआ है, तो यूएसए से ट्रम्प भी रहेगा, हमारा मोदी जी भी रहेगा, दोनों जन कहना वर्ल्ड का सबसे दो स्ट्रॉन्ग क्या कहता है जो पावरफुल पीपल, एक मोदी जी है, एक ट्रम्प है। तो दोनों ने कहा हाँ आपका इलेक्शन है सही हुआ है, तब जाके सभी तो मानेगा ना। तो उसके उस पॉइंट पर मैं कहा था कि मोदी जी एंड ट्रम्प, मैं यूएस कहा नॉट यूएन कहा, है ना। तो मैं फिर से मैं भी भूल हो सकता हूँ, तो मैं यूएन कह दिया, तो मैंने मीन किया था ट्रम्प को, यूएन को नहीं, यूएसए को मीन कर रहा था। तो पॉइंट था वो। तो इसके बारे में मैं कह रहा था, अरे ना क्या ना, जो अभी हो रहा है ना आपके पास, हम लोग को 1971 में बांग्लादेश जो क्रिएट हुआ है, कौन क्रिएट करा? इंडिया ने। इंडिया ने हेल्प करके तो हमको स्वाधीनता भी दिलाया था। अभी जाके जो हो रहा है बांग्लादेश में, मैं कह रहा हूँ आपके पास में देश जब अच्छा नहीं हो जाएगा ना, आप भी अच्छा नहीं रहोगे, तो भारत इंडिया कभी भी हमको इतने बुरा होने नहीं देगा। ये हमारा कॉन्फिडेंट है। हमारा एज ए, मैं सेकुलरिज्म हूँ, मैं सेकुलर बिलीव करता हूँ, उसके हिसाब से मैं कह रहा कि मेरा जो बंधु राष्ट्र है, बंधु राष्ट्र कभी भी मुझको विपद में जाने नहीं देगा। इसका नहीं, मेरा नेत्री आज सेफ है, ऊपर अल्लाह का रहमत। अब भारत आके हमारा नेत्री को सेफ किया ना, अभी तो हमारा नेत्री सेफ है। नहीं तो हमारा नेत्री को भी वो क्या कहते हैं, उसको किल करने के लिए वो 5 तरह का तरीका सोच रखा था। So India saved our PM also. So till now we are grateful for the 1971 to till now for 2024 our PM also saved by India.
Not only that, Dada, it is not about being grateful only, because it is an inseparable relationship, whether it is India, Nepal, India, Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, India, Myanmar. Because despite, see, people in India feel for the people in Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar, because this is the same cultural subcontinent. Right. The problem, Abhi, like
Right.
what you were saying right now is just adding one point to it, that despite रिपीटेड, मतलब 5 महीने से इतना इंडिया को गाली दिया, फिर भी चावल इंडिया ने ही भेजा, ठीक है, खाने का सामान इंडिया ही भेज रहा है, पाकिस्तान ने नहीं भेजा, अमेरिका ने नहीं भेजा, right? India is sending it because not because India feels something for Yunus or for the student leaders. We clearly know this that जो कॉमन आदमी है जो भूख से मर रहा है वहां पे, he needs support. It is not about this temporary administration, and if that common man survives, then the resistance will be able to survive.
Right. And also, I mean, on the part where you said this country feels for our neighbors, it's actually uh, a bit technical. See, these boundaries that we have, say for across South Asia, 100 साल पहले ऐसा नहीं था. And give or take, I mean, India has always stood by its immediate neighbors. Bhutan to pata hi hai, and then you have Sri Lanka. Even if it was against, we still helped them. Maldives, same. अफगानिस्तान, तालिबान आने के बाद की बात कर रहा हूँ. They were asking for आटा. So they have also like been given atta from via Iran, Chabar. So atta तो पाकिस्तान से तो वैसे भी नहीं है, but still, तो that ways. So all these things are happening, and at some point, these borders will
Pakistan's
have to
atta is
be
very famous, by the way.
rationally drawn. Some are like illogical, some are like irrational. And so, I mean, for that matter, Sindh culture is totally alienated from the rest of Pakistan culture. So, even today you get Sindhi songs, which is totally different from the Punjabi songs. It is still oozing off their own culture. Same ways like I used to listen to Porshi from Bangladesh, and those songs are like very different, and like I can relate to it. So that way, I mean, like it's a bit different. The borders, especially. So yeah, let me. S- I think Amit sir is here. Sir, how are you?
Hi, hi, I'm fine. Thanks for hosting such an important space right now. Uh,
Y- Yes, sir.
can I just project a few points?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Please
for
proceed.
someone who's been around the area, I've not been to Bangladesh, but yes, certainly to Bhutan, and I do understand that the price people on either sides of any border, whether it's Bangladesh, whether it's Pakistan, Myanmar, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, every person pays a price for instability, insecurity, and lack of the opportunity to lead a comfortable life. And a lot of global forces come and interact with people and try to create minor differences or pursue petty agendas, and unfortunately the influence politics, and the politics thereafter leads to people, and the country and the policy thereafter getting misaligned with the best that can actually exist for a complete subcontinent. I won't just like to call it is an Indian subcontinent, but yes, every country is a sovereign, independent entity, and deserves the respect it does. So when people come and say that with Bangladesh the relations are not good and they need to be shown their place, or when people from countries come and say that they need to take revenge against a particular country which is across the border, what they don't realize is that the person who's passed that agenda to you does not live here. For a Indian, Bangladesh is a physical reality. Nobody can wish it away. It was not there maybe 100 years ago, but for the foreseeable future, it's not going anywhere. Pakistan is going to be there, Nepal is going to be there, Bhutan is going to be there, Sri Lanka will always remain an island just south of India. So people need to now take independent opinions, independent decisions as the democratic policy of process of policy making, that what is best for each country given its space in the geographic neighborhood. American can come and tell us that we will do a particular policy which will favor us, but it will not favor Bangladesh, or maybe it won't favor Nepal. But at the end of the day, I will still have to live with Nepal. I would still have to live with Bangladesh, and they will still have to live with me. So the people who benefit from us not being aligned towards growth as a fundamental right to humanity are the ones who are causing trouble over here. And it's become far too evident now that the common person may be able to see it through just a very little bit of analyzing that this is not the best interest for me, for my immediate group, my country, and thereafter for the local geography I live in. And we all need to take very clear understanding that these foreign players who want to have a unstable South Asia are not talking about our best interest. They're just keeping us divided to ensure that we do not grow and we do not develop. But that part needs to be just thrown away from us as individuals, and from us as a group of aspirational people in this geography.
Uh, Thanks, sir. Actually, one more point to add. सर आपने आई मीन बातों बातों में ये कह दिया कि पाकिस्तान विल बी देयर फॉर 100 years, which I totally disagree, and none of us
No, I
would
no,
agree.
no, I don't want to say that it will stay for 100 years, but the geography that is today called Pakistan
Agreed,
is going to
agreed,
exist.
agreed, 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 agreed. I
Pakistan.
mean, like on
So
a
yeah,
lighter note, yeah.
no, it's not about lighter note. It's I understand, and we have spoken, and I would have a certain point of view on your analysis, but I would talk about the land mass. It's
Agreed,
something like
agreed,
people
agreed.
have been talking about, a contiguous landmass from here till Turkey, and when you travel from Pakistan to Afghanistan to Iran to, northern Iraq, the Levant region, and go right up to Istanbul, you realize on that flight to Istanbul that yes, geography is much bigger than the petty things humanity has now made, and these lands
Hmm.
have been here much before, and they'll be there much
Yeah, yeah.
after, our thought exists. So the geographies will remain. So people living in the geographies must understand they cannot wish land away.
Agreed. So that's
Jambu
like
Dweep will stay.
yes, yes. So it's more like someone from Afghanistan was actually posting a map of um, uh, future Afghanistan or a Akhand Afghanistan type, which extends even till Delhi and Agra. I just responded saying, Atok is your limit. The moment you cross Indus, you are going to get finished. This has happened for centuries. It will happen all over again. So, Sindh is somewhat of a natural boundary. If there is some kind of a Indic culture penetration into Afghanistan, then it might go till probably Hindu Kush. That's all. I mean, like, I don't expect Hindu Kush to be part, but then you don't need to be part of the same country, right? I mean, like, even if you are culturally same, you can be different entities within a single frame. What is SARC? It is the same, right? I mean, like, we belong to different cultures. But then it's more like even if you discount SARC also, even within India, there are separate cultures. I mean, like we are like living as one entity. So I mean, the amount of the kaleidoscopic patterns that we have in India, I mean, it's something which it's actually hard to believe that we survived for so long as one entity. It's very difficult
It's
because
not.
it,
It's hard to believe in the the mainstream education and culture which is propagated today as form of books.
right,
Otherwise, it's not hard to believe.
exactly.
It for
So
a mono
monotheistic.
society like what monotheistic societies like Europe, it's easy for them, or maybe the Americas or the Western world. But we have always remained like that. Every 100 kilometers we change, and we're
Right.
okay with it.
Right. So, I mean, that's what I was also surprised when I used to travel in my days. So, like, how are like people so different within 100 kilometers and they are a separate country? हमारे यहाँ पे तो स्टेट भी नहीं बनता. See, we have different linguistic dialects, and then we don't even become a state separately. But then, how come these guys are like separate states and separate countries altogether? All of them speak the same language almost. So, so I mean, I see your point basically. So let's see how this goes, and I still would wish to to have some part of Pakistan, today's Pakistan, as part of, because see, Pakistan is an irrational state. I can accept Bangladesh
Correct.
because they are like they have some logic to it to survive. But then Pakistan, I don't understand what's the logic apart from religion. Even within religion, they are fighting. It's not a peaceful state. Shia, Sunni, Ahmadiyya, Wahhabi, Salafi, they are fighting. And I mean, the talks that I would actually recommend Tilak Deveshwar talks on Pakistan and Pashtuns and the interviews. Do listen, guys. I mean, like it's like quite insightful, and I've learned a lot from those things. And the way it is, the even today they are not able to define what is blasphemy. They have a law, but then they are not able to define blasphemy in legal terms. That is why none of them are prosecuted by the courts, but actually given street justice. Because what is blasphemy for Ahmadiyya is, this is within Pakistan. I'm not sure about other countries, but then this is like a documented one from the Tilak Devashar. They are not able to define what is blasphemy for Ahmadiyya and what is common for Sunni and Shias. So it's that bad. So Pakistan has no logic attached to it. At least, I mean, like Bangladesh is united by language and maybe even culture. They might have different sects, but all religions coexist. But then they have one bonding amongst everyone, that they are bound by one single language. पाकिस्तान में वो भी नहीं है. पंजाबी, बलोच, सिंधी, टोटली डिफरेंट. उस तरफ पश्तून, टोटली डिफरेंट. कश्मीर पता नहीं क्यों है वहाँ पे. गिलगिट बाल्टिस्तान, दे वांट टू कम बैक. So this is like total chaos in that region. So there's no logic attached to it. So Pakistan need to be like pruned or given some rationale of sorts.
There might be the case of how Yugoslavia kept splitting and splitting and splitting, and finally is a group of, I think, 6 countries today.
Fission reaction.
So fission reaction.
Yeah. So
Can I ask something?
yeah. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
So sniper by one small question. I think some days back we heard retired Bangladeshi officers chest thumping that we will conquer India. I know it's an illogical claim which they are making, but what is the driving force behind this? Is it the
Sir,
Americans or is it
no,
the
no, no, no. They
Chinese?
are actually retired officers, and today they are protesting against unpaid salaries or dues, because most of them were fired during Sheikh Hasina period for misbehavior and misdemeanor. And there are news reports you can just Google, and those are like unwanted souls any which ways. I mean, like either farmer protest jo ho raha hai na, it's the same thing there. So they are also like kicked out, and they are protesting. And उसके बारे में news
Okay.
आया है actually. I mean, like I'm not sure if you have seen it, but हाँ,
So
they are
so one
demanding
one follow up
either.
question to that as a
So
corollary.
some of them are actually demanding their position back, honorary exist. I mean,
Mhm.
honorable exit, or a equivalent pay. Now tell me something. Who would actually sell their honor
Okay.
for a equal amount of pay? That's so unbecoming of an officer. So I leave it at that.
So just one follow up question. I think we have been hearing Sheikh Hasina's claim that Americans were interested in Saint Martin Island. Now, India will definitely have its own share of legitimate reservations if the Americans enter in that particular area. But what is the stand of Chinese? Will they tolerate Americans in that particular area?
Same thing. What Amitji said, like, see, they don't, Chinese also don't share a border with Bangladesh. However, they wish to, they won't be. And to, to go back and tell you, if you notice, any foreign power, any superpower that came to South Asia has lost what they had actually bet in that particular time. Take Chinese, for example. What did Chinese do in Pakistan? They pumped in lots of money, CPEC, and all those things. So, where is CPEC now? Gone. Just gone. Vanished. Chinese went to Sri Lanka.
See,
Where are the Chinese now? CPEC is in the sea. So, that's how it is. So, US came to South Asia. See, even further, they came to Bangladesh. They came to Bangladesh. They are nowhere near that now. Even today, they're struggling to get it back. They even lost Dago Garcia. Mauritius ko de diya. They still have a bilateral agreement that this is not ours, but then we'll still say stay, and then we'll pay you something. And Mauritius can anytime kick them out if they are going to launch an attack against, say, someone in South Asia. Most likely in future on India, if this tangent continues, that is. So I'm not exaggerating. I'm just looking back and telling you where to look at it. So yeah. So let's go to the next person. Server was sorry, man. Vasil. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Sniper Bhai. I would like to, first of all, I would like to pay respect to those soldiers who lost their lives in 1971, and especially I like to pay respect our Indian soldier, and mainly I'd like to say one name, that is Sam Bahadur. So I would like to say one thing, that if they didn't help us, that we won't get our country back from Pakistan. Nowadays, that Pakistan and the America is doing did same thing. They did plan last year, which said Polydamas Bhai clearly that they had gone an agreement on about Bangladesh with ISI and jihadists. They paid lots of money, and USA CI worked on it. The main thing is that they looking for our country, especially the Saint Martin. And Arfin Bhai said before that they planned five type of plan to kill our prime minister. But thankfully, our neighbor country, Mr. Ajit Doval, know about that, and he informed and keep pressuring on 4th December to our worker Zaman to keep her safe and to keep a passage to India. That's why they failed this assassination. Otherwise, maybe we have lost our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, but thankfully, India stay beside us and our nation. But still now they are thinking or planning lots of things about our Prime Minister and our party, that Awam League, the member of Awam Leagues, they are planning to do lots of things, but they won't be success, because after 5th August, we was separated and disconnected with each other, but now we are connected in social media and via phone and etc. etc. Now we are focusing on in our one mission, one goal, that to bring our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in Bangladesh by hook by crook or by blood or by life. We will bring her back. And last thing I would like to say one thing, that is, you people are discussing about the Saint Martin. As I know, in 1972 or 73, that time Henry Kissinger uh, gives a proposal to our father of nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, about the Saint Martin to make a, naval base, to make a naval base on Saint Martin. That time, our father of nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, rejected this proposal. Maybe I'm not sure about that. Maybe on that basis, America did plan or something. After 2 years or 3 years, he lost his life with his full family. Thankfully, our prime minister and her sister Sheikh Rehana was in outside in Germany. They saved. After 45, 47 years later, that America again keep concentrating and keep targeting that Saint Martin, and they sent their spokesperson to our Sheikh Hasina last year about the Saint Martin, Donald Lu. They sent that person, Donald Lu. I can remember that name. He gave her that same proposal, but she rejected that proposal, and she didn't betray with her nation. Otherwise, betrayed, if she betrayed and she had an agreement last year that she wouldn't have to uh, left her country, and she wouldn't have to lose her lots of members of our league, and till now she will be she will be prime minister for 4 years or 5 years, but she didn't betray with nations. We are proud about our prime minister Sheikh Hasina, and we are proud our uh, father of nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and we will looking for our democratic country, and whatever the jihadis, the terrorists are planning to do, they won't be success. I can say that one thing: if we have to, give our life, give our blood, we will do it. That is our mission, and we are ready to do. We are ready to give our life. That's it. Thank you.
I want to add a point to Sarwar Bhai, and technically, I want to remind all the Bangladeshi brothers who are present in these spaces that while Bangladeshis were fighting against the occupation of Pakistan and Indians were helping them, the Americans sent the Seventh Fleet to maintain Pakistan's occupation in Bangladesh. The same Americans are talking about democracy in Bangladesh today. And I would also like to remind you one of the very famous quotes of Henry Kissinger, that America has no permanent friends or enemies, only permanent interests.
That's right. So, Sarvar, by one question actually. I always knew that the happenings of today have a link to 1970s. So in private, I've been talking to people, and I've even posted on these things. But then this proposal, is it the same? If it's the same thing that is from Kissinger, So, do we have any reference point back from news cuttings or something from those days, which you can help us with?
Yes, I have that paper cutting. I can
Oh, please.
DM to you.
Yeah, yeah. Please do. Please do.
Okay, sure. I will DM to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because see, one reason why I keep harping on regional security is because whatever is happening in Bangladesh is not going to limit uh, to Bangladesh, and it has a regional repercussion as well, and the consequences of it will obviously spill over to the northeast first, but it's not going to be limited to our northeast only. It is also going to spill to say Bhutan or Nepal, and also obviously to China. So Myanmar and China. So it's not going to. It's going to have a very large regional consequence. That on one side. The other side is also that whatever is happening in Bangladesh is not from the 19. When did she come to power? 2009. It's not something which started from 2009 and suddenly they started hitting Sheikh Hasina and Awami League. No, it's not that. It has a story, and the story starts from 1940s, and the 1940s story got a new chapter in 1970s. So it all happened somewhere there. Why I say 1940s? Because US lost control of the Great Hump. If you haven't heard of it, it's somewhere in India's northeast. It's the mountainy terrain which can't be passed to and the Stillwell Road goes right till China. So that road is very key to control China. And the moment they lost it, they need to have something from the ocean at least, island or this thing. And Saint Martin is a very beautiful place for that because it can control China, it can control India's northeast, and it's just outside the new country Bangladesh. So glad. I mean, like all these things are coming to the fore now, and जो पुराने पापी हैं, they are getting unmasked. So yeah, so let's see how this goes further.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
दादा वो
Arifur,
जो ईयर था
yeah.
वो 1973 था. 1973 पर वो मुद्दा उठा था तो हमारा नेशन फादर जातिय
Okay.
पिता शेख मुजीबुर रहमान ने डिस्कस किया जो हम लोग नहीं देगा. तब जाके 2 साल के बाद 1975 का वो जो किलिंग हुआ था उसके पीछे रीजन भी वो सेंट मार्टिन का द्वीप था. 1973.
Okay. Noted. Uh, who's that? Arifur Rahman, right?
Yes,
Arifur
yes.
Rahman. Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Yes, my friend. Thank you, Sniper Bhai. Um, Today's topic is democratic forces uniting in Bangladesh signals and way forward. Um, I think democratic forces uniting in Bangladesh, it's it's also the subject is also a myth because we can see that the 5th August revolution result, the parties those who were actually associated in this revolution, they have actually separated themselves in different kind of groups, BNP, Jamaat, Hizbut Tahrir. So they have already divided themselves, and their division is now in front of our eyes. We can see that all of them are actually doing their own businesses, trying to implement their own ideas, trying to implement their own politics in Bangladesh. And through this process, I think what was established today, the theme or the subject or the message that was established today is that both of the parties are now um, actually promoting Awami League to come forward. This is so funny, but it is politically logical, because I think the parties, those have called for the march for unity today, they are actually subjecting BNP as a um, what we call that, the negative forces among them, so that they want to ditch them, okay, from their side, to make their situation comfortable. They think they will somehow take advantage from Awami League, so that they can stay. And at the other side also, BNP is saying that we want to stick with the law of the independence, and the law that was carried out from 1972, the constitution that was built. BNP will be with it. So the thing is that BNP is also saying that if this kind of nonsense remains, then they also want Awami League to come forward, and they will work with Awami League to just punish these 1971 Rajakars. So the situation is really moving so fast, and I think now Awami League and Awami League people's supporters, they are actually seeing a good side of everything. They are actually feeling a safe side, and in coming days there will be a lot of cases which will be held in the court, and if we see that frequent bails are coming out, then we will see that everything will be more comfortable for Awami League. Okay, so in this scenario, I think the parties of BNP and Jamaat and Hizbut Tahrir and this current government, they are actually feeling lonely. They are actually feeling lefted out. So
Sorry, who's
I
getting
think
left out?
both of them, they are actually not associated with them right now. They are not actually as a team. They are not working as a team, so they have left it out, both of them. Okay, but they were the force of the revolution. So when they have separated themselves, they became weak, okay, in front of Awami League, because Awami League actually represents more than 30-40% of the total population. And right now, I think Awami League uh, mostly represent 50%, 60% of total population, because people's mind and their uh, their experience that has happened in last 3 or 4 months, it has shifted um, their calculation and their judgment towards this government, this caretaker government, or whatever it is. So people also want to get a good governance in Bangladesh, and stop this nonsense. So the parties, those who have staged this revolution, they have also understood that people were with them, but right now people are not with them. So they are getting lefted out by everyone, and the support of the people of Bangladesh. So a lot of things are happening in Bangladesh right now, and I think in the more coming days, Awami League will be more stronger. There will be more faith, and I think these parties are also trying to get sympathy from Awami League, or trying to get on board with Awami League. So let's see what happens. But I think in the coming days we will see lot of incident that is going to happen in Bangladesh in terms of change. In terms of change for 2025, and I think this 2025 will be for Awami League, inshallah. And I am very happy that a lot of people from India is actually listening to me. I want to thank everyone, and wish you all happy new year 2025. Thank you, Sniper Ray.
Thanks for
The-
your thoughts and wishes. Now, the only question is like, I'm not sure if many people have understood this, but the intensity, the impact of it. But BNP and Awami League coming together in Indian terms, it's like Congress and BJP coming together to rescue democracy from a third party, say some Jamati type. So right now the equations are changing, and the Jamatis are actually realizing that they don't have much support if BNP also pulls out. So whatever we are seeing today, the cancellation of the so-called constitution burial, the way the uh, uh, I mean the secretariat fire or the explosion was actually an indication of some kind of backfire that could have happened there. And I was listening to one of the advisors, Saida or something. So that lady has actually said it's an explosion. So, what is happening within the Yunus regime and the Jamati terrorist coalition is that an implosion is taking place both within Yunus advisors and also amongst the people who are currently running for power and money. So it won't last long, and their own people who brought them will actually dissociate with them, and it's happening also, right? I mean, like, look at the Western media coverage of Yunus in the past 2 3 days. So it's actually changing, and then putting tough questions for Yunus as well on minority rights and other things. So it will happen, and the recent induction of Shibir coordinators, district coordinators into police has not gone well, especially when 3,200 policemen were killed since August 5th. So that's not setting a great trend. So these guys are on their way out, and even whatever is remaining, they will also get washed out with the within the coming few weeks or months. Uh, I don't think these guys will last for long. Personally, if you want me to give a timeline, I would give them hardly 8 weeks. Uh, by end of Feb, I think situation will be very different than what it is today. So yeah. Uh, any
I would
which
like to,
ways,
Sniper, I would like to just contradict one point of yours. You said that BNP and Awami League coming together is like BJP and Congress coming together. But yes, it has happened in India as well. In 1965, when there was an external threat, the Communist Party and the Congress in the center did
right?
come together. When it was 71, the Jan Sangh and the Congress came together. In 99, it was
Right,
the BJP government in the center. Congress came together.
right.
Today, Bangladesh is facing an external threat from Pakistan and the West. So why not BNP and Awami League can come together? It is about the country.
Absolutely. So now the only problem is they have an all our threats were external and their threat is currently internal. The Jamatis are not a normal force, and imagine they are propagating things in school, and imagine the task that adults and kids parents might be having right now in this chaos. So it's a bit uh, it's not uh, the same, so to speak, in threat perception. The only force is like, I mean, only difference is like it's external and internal. Internal is always like takes time to heal. Imagine a son being caught on his wrong foot by their parents, and it'll stick with him for at least next I mean, couple of decades at least. So that's a bit of a tough call because हमारे यहाँ पे it was always the external forces which have united us. हालांकि मतलब right now some threats are very different, but then it's always the external threat is easier for us rather than the internal threat. Uh, that's the difference I'm trying to make. Like politically, two people coming together. I mean, like we have a very robust checks and balances, even in appointing, say, a CEC or something, constitutional post. We have opposition leader as one of the members. So, I mean, we have our own checks and balances. In other words, it could also be said like, see, if someone does a crime, he's not doing it alone. It might, I mean, you can look at it both ways. So, yeah. So let's see. I mean, like
I, I
on
think it is.
Bangladesh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it is an internal threat. I totally think it is an external threat. Student leaders going to Dubai and Doha clearly indicates that it is an external threat क्योंकि पापा तो बाहर ही बैठे हैं.
Sir, paisa is one part of it, but hands and brains, hands and legs are still within their territory ना. हमारे यहाँ पे
If
बाहर
you if
आने से
you if
पहले
you
हम
if
लोग
you
यूनाइट किए थे.
if you try to analyze, see, I am a third party outside. Let the Bangladeshi brothers answer it in a better way. What I see that uh, I do not find an iota of brains in the student leaders today. Right? Anybody who's supporting the Yunus administration, they don't have brains. They are just human resources. uh, they have their only job is just like infantry hota hai na, pedal सैनिक. So the brains are outside. It is a properly external threat, of course. So because they cannot make a policy, just look how they have been operating in the past 48 hours. पहले बोले कि 31st को हम लोग अनाउंसमेंट करेंगे जुलाई डिक्लेरेशन का. देन दे सेड कि रात को अब नहीं करेंगे, कल का कैंसिल हो गया है. सुबह उठ के बोलते हैं नहीं नहीं नहीं, फटाफट इकट्ठा हो जाते हैं, कुछ तो कर लेते हैं. लुक हाउ अनप्लान्ड दे आर. So they do not have brains at all. So it is very easy for established political parties like Awami League and BNP to topple them. They just have to come together and they just have to start walking.
Absolutely agree. But the point I'm trying to make is, see, when they announced it 12 बजे के पहले that tomorrow's plan is cancelled.
Sniper way, can I answer the question?
Please go ahead. Let me just complete my point, and then maybe you can start. So I mean, US टाइम पे उसने अनाउंस किया. यूएस में लंच होते होते यूएस रियलाइज्ड व्हाट हैज हिट देम. द कैंसलिंग इज अ बिग थिंग. तो यार कैंसिल पूरा मत करो, कुछ तो करो. So what happened today was a हल्का पुल्का 50-50. करना भी है पर ना करने जैसा लगना है. So it's somewhere like that. So it's
तो
all again like
1000 टका देने का मैसेज रात को ही भेजा गया था. That means
sorry, what is that?
इमरजेंसी में 1000 टका देके आदमी बुला लो, वो मैसेज was sent in the night.
I think so. Let me just check the time. Actually, very good question. Let me just check the time. It was 11:52 p.m. and 1:13 a.m. So,
See, I was bang on.
yeah. So yeah. So I mean, I mean these things are very. See, 11:52 ko he was asking a question, and then 1:13 a.m. ko Hasnat goes and verifies and checks with his bosses, and then come back and replies at 1:13 a.m. Imagine, almost like एक डेढ़ घंटा गायब था बंदा. So it happens when, I mean, like I said, I mean, like hands and legs are in Bangladesh, brains are in US. तो उधर से कर तो रहे हैं, but then the invasion has happened already. But in our case, be it 62, be it 71, 65, 99, it was not. The external threat was still at the borders, slightly here and there, but at the borders. यहाँ पे वैसा नहीं है. It's right within their cities, right within their. And to be frank, most likely it is there only in Dhaka. I'm not sure if it is even in Narayanganj or what do you call Tangail. So north and south. So I'm not sure. I mean, rural ka. I mean, like Bangladeshi friends could answer that. Yeah, Rifur bhai.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that the concept of being with BNP, um, I think that actually bothers us the most. Okay, because I think we want to see some fight, MMA fight, so we want to see some MMA fight between these BNPs and the Jamatis and all of them, because I think somehow in some way they have actually become friends for a long time. So if we give them some time to fight between
Sorry,
their
who
own
and who
self.
should fight? Sorry, sorry. I mean, like, I didn't comprehend
यार
that. Who and who should fight?
जमाती के साथ बीएमपी को फाइट करने के लिए कह रहे हैं दादा दादा कह
हाँ
रहे हैं
ठीक है ठीक
जमाती
है वो ठीक है वो
बीएमपी
ठीक
के
है
साथ
करने
फाइट
दो
करेगा
we
वो
want
तो
to we want to see, we want to see some fight between MMA fight between BNP and Jamat. Okay, because we have seen so great friendship between them, which has actually became problem for Amali. But
Mhm.
let's see some fight. Let's see some real fight. Some fight with
uh,
arms,
you know,
ammunitions, and all of these things. Because
Ariful bhai, they won't fight. They won't
uh,
fight because they know, BNP know very well that Jamaat have the radical Islamist party like Hafazat Islam and Hizbut Tahrir and the terrorist groups with them. So BNP won't fight with them, and they don't have that courage to fight with them. If they want to fight, they need us. I mean, they need our league to fight with them. Otherwise, they can't win the battle. Okay.
I'm not saying that BNP will fight with them. Maybe Jamaat will fight with them. See, things, whatever the way it is, if it is possible, then let it be. We want to see MMA fight.
Yeah,
Why
right.
not? Why not? There is media, there is Facebook, there is YouTube. You just go and fight in the street and let us see what you have. We are silent right now. We are in the deepest soil, right? Uh, it, so we are hidden right now. We are not in the picture. You guys fight. We want to see that, because I don't want to see that I'm fighting in the street with coalition with BNP, whatever the scenario is, because I have seen their other side that has actually made our brothers uh, died. They have looted. They have vandalized. They have looted our brothers' businesses, shops. They have just made our life miserable, mostly by BNP. And it is not that uh, the time has already been gone, like 2 or 3 years already gone. It's just that happened within the last some months. So we cannot just forget it right now. Whatever they are doing, let there be. But I think there will be some political thing that will happen. I think there will be some political thing with BNP or Jamaat, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, Awami League will play their own game, and Awami League have to play their own game, because in the rural areas or in the ground, all the Awami League supporters, they are actually ready to take revenge. This is the bottom line. We are ready to take revenge wherever uh, wherever the situation, whatever the situation, wherever the place is. We know that we will have to take it, and this is our, maybe this is our final match between us and all of them. So thinking about all of this scenario, I think we will be in a more reserved position. We will see whatever they are going to do, and what Jamaat is going to do, what BNP is going to do. Let us see them. And I think our leader Sheikh Hasina, she is very competent for this situation. She will guide us. She will guide us. Until then, let us be reserved. Don't get into their problems. Thanks.
I just want to add a funny note to this. There is a movie called Zombieland. If you have seen it, then good. If you have not seen it, watch it tonight. Right. So what happens in the movie is there are a lot of zombies around who are
I've
looting,
seen this.
killing, and destroying everything, and humans are scared, and they are trying to save their lives so that a zombie does not bite them. And then comes a character called Tanahasi. Tanahasi is an American cowboy. He doesn't even take a gun with him. He just holds the crowbar and then he starts smashing all the zombies. So this is a similar situation in Bangladesh. You need to find the Tanahasi right now.
Yeah, right, right. You're absolutely right.
Donald Lewis Tanahashi, na?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to- just
Donald Lou flews within the time that time.
Donald Lou is the
I
guy
think
who
in
actually
coming,
injected. Donald Lou is the guy who injected the zombie virus. Actually,
Yeah, right,
uh,
right, right.
I think
He was the inventor of that
ये
zombies.
अच्छा बात किया है दादा ने अच्छा बात किया है पॉलीदावर ने अच्छा बात किया है अभी थैंक यू इंजर्ड हो गया है ना इन्फेक्टेड हो गया क्या ना
yeah.
मैं एक बात
So
कहना चाहता हूँ दादा जो हमारा एनिमी है उसको गलती करने दो वो गलती करुक और
see,
एक एक को हम लोग हमारा बांग्लादेश में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है लॉ है हमारा नेत्री कहा था लॉ के तरफ उसको सबको विचार होगा तो सबका विचार ये बांग्ला माटी होगा इंशाल्लाह तो रिवेंज लेने के लिए हम लोग नहीं नामेंगे हम लोग नामेंगे बांग्लादेश के माटी पर गणतंत्र को डेमोक्रेसी को बचाने के लिए नामेंगे हम नामेंगे बांग्लादेश को बचा के नहीं लेने सो क्या ना रिवेंज जो है ना वो ऊपर अल्लाह के ऊपर छोड़ दिया वो अपने अपनी हो जाएगा ना तो उसको अभी फॉल कर रहा है करने दो हम लोग इसके सब हिसाब लेंगे हमारे देश में आइन है लॉ है लॉ एंड ऑर्डर में हम लोग सब कुछ का क्या कहते हैं विचार करेंगे हम इंशाल्लाह
right. So
কি
the
বলেন আরিফিন ভাই?
I mean,
আপনার তো বলা উচিত ছিল খেলা হবে।
so
We will play. We will play.
খেলা হবে এটা হয়ে গেছে অনেক আগে হ্যাঁ
Kela.
এখন
So
দেখে নেব
for
এখন দেখে নেব হ্যাঁ
so the Kela Hobe means a completely different thing
we
in
will play we
West
will play
Bengal.
जैसे खेला হবে we will play but ऐसे नहीं कहूंगा अभी
Honorable host, honorable host,
Right. Yeah.
honorable host.
Ruknuz.
पता है यहाँ पर हमारा एक भाई
Ruknuz.
है धूमकेतु भाई रुकन जमा धूमकेतु भाई ने आई थिंक माइक ओपन किया है थोड़ा बहुत बात करना चाहता है और तूफानी भाई भी हाथ उठा के बैठा है दोनों को माइक दीजिए
Tufani will be
थैंक यू
next. Tufani will be next.
Dhumketu
धूमकेतु भाई
Dhumketu Bhai is our
Ruknuz.
senior
सारा
person.
सारा और आरिफुल भाई আমরা সবাই মাইক অফ করি अभी अभी हम लोग माइक ऑफ कर रहे हैं धूमकेतु भाई कुछ कर रहे थे
Ruknuz,
Topic:
please go ahead.
Democratic forces uniting in Bangladesh, signals and way forward. My questions: what do you mean by democratic force and uniting in Bangladesh? And who signals and way forward? Please, honorable host.
Ruknuz, I think you are not clear with the topic. I mean, see, what we are trying to discuss here is political differences aside, how can democratic forces unite on a common platform? I mean, you can have a positive, whether it can happen at all, or it can't. So, your thoughts.
My questions: Jamaat and BNP and others extremists, those who are democratic force, thou count is possible.
Who counted Jamaat under democratic force?
I think they are not democratic force. They are
Jamaat?
to- Jamaat, BNP, and others extremists. They are not democratic force.
You're saying or asking?
They are asking and saying both.
It can be
They
both.
are not
You have to
democratic
be
force.
very clear. Like, see, if you're saying they are not
They are,
democratic,
they
I
are
would probably agree with you.
exactly. But BNP think is very clear. They are all are anti-liberation force and political party equal and united. Am I right or wrong?
I actually can't comprehend what you're saying. Who, BNP says what? Who are all united?
BNP, Jamaat, and others anti-liberation
I
force.
don't. I don't
Anti-liberation
think.
means
I don't.
our
I don't.
our
Okay.
our
So
independence
I
war
I got it.
1979.
Okay, I got your question. See, the thing
Honorable
is,
host, I want
let's
to
not get.
interfere.
Guys, just please hold. Just please hold. I got your question. So the thing, what we are discussing is, I mean, as of now, what we uh, overall kind of agree to is that Jamaat is a no-go for anyone here on this space, and along with it, all the radical elements. BNP, to a certain
Yes,
extent, if they change their stand and they move away from Jamaat and they choose a path, a democratic path, that would be better for them and for the country as well. Awami League is nowhere
yes.
there in the picture right now on the democratic or non-democratic. It's not a question because they're just ousted, na? So it's not there. You have one entity, Awami League, which is like which got an elected government ousted. Then you have radical elements, along with it some democratic elements as well. Not the entire BNP, but majority of BNP still kind of respects 1971 constitution, and that's their red line. So if Jamaat is pushing BNP to cross that red line, I think Jamaat will not have BNP as their ally, and probably that will be a trigger for BNP also to conclude and rethink and conclude to choose a democratic path. It will be kind of forced. So that's where we are.
I would also
Thank
like
you.
to answer Sarwar Bhai right now. See, he asked the question, what do we mean by democratic forces? So anybody who has a concept of my way or highway, he is a non-democratic force. And anybody who has space to listen to others and accommodate others' views also is a democratic force. Now, who is a democratic force in Bangladesh right now? So let us not study people from the political parties they are inside, because political joining political parties is a source of income, and as far as the present situation in Bangladesh is concerned, it is also a source of survival right now. So there can be a lot of people in Jamaat who are democratic by their values, and no, others can be non-democratic. There can be people in Awami League and BNP who are democratic from their values and non-democratic also. So the title which says that democratic forces are uniting in Bangladesh is it means that whether they belong to any party or any corner of the country, if they are liberal in their views to accommodate others as fellow countrymen, they are democratic and they are uniting together against certain rational forces which are now comparatively very weak as compared to they were in August.
Thank you. My next question: 5th August revolution or coup?
Coup.
2024.
That was cool. Clearly message.
Thank you. Thank you. Clear. Carry on.
दादा मैं
तो
एक क्वेश्चन करके फिर माइक ऑफ कर रहा हूँ। धूमकेतु तो आपको क्या लगता है, कू है या रेवोल्यूशन हुआ है? आप तो क्वेश्चन किया, अरे आप तो बांग्लादेशी हो ना, तो बांग्लादेश में तो रहे था अगस्त 5 में। आपका हो तो कू हुआ था और रेवोल्यूशन हुआ था, क्या हुआ था उस टाइम?
मैं हिंदी नहीं समझे, बात हिंदी से बात नहीं करता हूँ। मैं
ओके, सुबह भाई प्लीज,
बंगाली
सुबह भाई।
Thank you, thank you. Actually, I want to oppose Mr. Dhumketu and S.M. Arifur Rahman. Hmm. The heading of this space is truly very perfect. Yes, democratic forces are uniting in Bangladesh. It's very
Definitely,
true.
definitely, definitely. That's why last
Uh,
day program was cancelled.
there are doing 10 to 20% people are engaged in active politics in Bangladesh. The rest of the 80% people are
excuse
mass
me,
people and they are the democratic forces in Bangladesh. That's the fact.
excuse
And
me,
they are
Honorable
uniting against
Dr.
this genocidal regime of Yunus. This is the truth.
Genocide. Yunus genocide regime is start now and mass killer. I know very well, but my question, S.M. Arifur Rahman says, Revolution 5th August. I
Yes, you are
request
right.
him. I request him that was not revolution, that was absolutely international and national extremist and communal and others anti-liberation force. They are combined conspiracy and coup. Thank you very much.
Let
Yeah,
me
yeah, I'm
chip in
agree with
here.
you, bhai. I'm agree with you.
Let me chip in here. Like, I mean, see, we are not an echo chamber, but at the same time, like, I mean, we welcome contrary views as well. But then, the only thing is, on certain things, I think we are settled. People who have been joining for the last three spaces that I've hosted in the recent, I mean, past 10 days. I think it's a bit sorted. Like, it was not a democratic act to overthrow an elected government. So these things are settled. So I mean, like, let's move on from there. And nobody's supporting Jamaat out here. And all we wish for is like a BNP versus Awami League democratic fight for Bangladesh as a whole, as one entity. So whether they talk to each other or not is something which is up to those parties. But then the larger point is when it comes to democracy, I mean, these two entities should come and talk. And or else, I mean, like, the country, their future is all going for dogs. And I mean, we will also have to bear brunt of their mistakes. And we have certainly some interest as Indians in on what's going in Bangladesh, because it's going to immediately affect us. And we too have a large Bengali population on both sides of Bangladesh, and it's going to affect us. So I mean, like, we have seen how refugees come to India when something very bad happens in Bangladesh or East Pakistan then. So I mean, like, we certainly have a stable Bangladesh as our national interest point. So we would always be with the side which is democratic, and there is no question about us Indians joining those terrorist forces. So it's a bit settled out there, so we can move on. Tufani bhai, you wanted to make a point.
मैं एक
Go
पॉइंट
ahead.
देना चाहता था दादा, एक मिनट, एक पॉइंट देना चाहता था। अभी भी एक स्टेटमेंट आया है बीएमपी से। मिर्जा फखरुल साहब ने कहा है, मिर्जा फखरुल calls for the continued struggle for democracy in 2025।
Right.
तो क्या ना, वो अभी अभी समझ आ रहा है ना बीएमपी को, बीएमपी,
See,
इसलिए
somehow,
मैं
see,
बीएमपी को
there was an earlier point. I mean, like, I'm not sure if people have seen it. but Chhatru Shibir was actually holding placards in the protest
Yes,
today. And they
yes.
were actually holding placards, which meant that whoever is asking for elections time and again are actually, what is the word? What is the word? I forgot the word actually. Just one sec. Let me just. Hmm, all those. Hmm, those who are repeatedly demanding elections in the country are busy in looting. Then the second one says Obaitul Qadir and Mirza Fakhrul are brothers, and they are responsible for destroying the peace of the country. And this is from Chhatr Shibir to BNP. And then the third placard reads, all those who do Chhatra Dal, they are Uncle's age. How will they run the country? So basically, it is more like saying Chhatra Shibir telling Chhatra Dal and BNP as a whole, like you guys are fit for nothing. It really won't go well with. See, Shibir is like that
Sniper
Pac-Man
bhai.
thing.
Hello.
Yeah, just one sec. So Shibir is like a virus. It won't let anyone else survive. So just be very wary of them. Yeah, go ahead. Arif, Arifur, please go ahead.
আরে কি যে করি এটা
Arifur, I think you have some on a lighter note, some family problems. maybe maybe we are hearing a lot of noise. Yeah. So let Sanjeev talk, and then you can come back.
स्नाइपर भाई
पीछे से
हेलो
बहुत आवाज आ रहा है.
भाई can I take a leave actually I'm in a family program you know it's 31st night
ठीक है, थोड़ा थोड़ा मतलब कोने में आके बात करना, because we are not able to listen to you properly, ना? Or you want
actually
to
I'm not giving time to my family that's why they are actually arguing with me so
अच्छा,
please let me leave today okay I'll come inshallah next time
yeah, okay. Uh,
thank you everyone thank you
yeah, bye. Thanks. Sanjeev,
First,
please go ahead.
first time we hope Mr. Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, Mr. Mirza Abbas, and Mr. Ruhul Kabir Rizvi say and speech may be equal, but I confused. They are cordial or oral speech. Mr. Arifin Mullah bhai, please.
Guys, just hold on. Just hold on your thoughts. Sanjeev has raised his hand. Rugus bhai, I mean, like, we'll have a Q&A session sometime soon. Just hold your thoughts. Mr. Sanjeev, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you all, and wishing you a very happy new year, coming happy new year. I would like to say just one thing: that democratic means the only, I think, in my views, there is only one party who believes in democracy. That is the Awami League Party, and BNP is not democratic in the Bangladesh. And BNP party only when the word Islamic was included by the BNP, I think, if I am not wrong. And the Awami League only the democratic party in the Bangladesh. And in the present scenario, the common people who were detached from
Thanks.
the common people who were detached from the politics are coming forward to save their country and to save the democracy. And the common people are waiting for the command from their leaders who they believe. I have all of my friends in there, and the Tufani Bhai was my oldest friend in the Twitter friend. Thank you all. And democracy on the Awami League Party is a democratic party in Bangladesh, and there is no other party other than the Awami League Party. Okay, thank you. Wishing you a very happy new year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, people, it's already like 10. We have run past 10 actually. So let's
एक
end it here.
रिक्वेस्ट करना था आपको, एक रिक्वेस्ट करना था, थ्रो दिस स्पेस, थ्रो योरसेल्फ, थ्रो माय ऑल इंडियन ब्रदर्स, आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग टू मोदी जी, मेरे ये मैसेज को मोदी जी को पास भेज देना, to save Bangladesh, to save Chinmay Prabhu in our jail in Chittagong, to save our Awamu League leaders in jail because they are in very threat in jail. No, they want to do assassination in jail. So मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ आपको, आपके थ्रो, आपके दिस स्पेस को थ्रो, आपके मेरा जो इंडिया भाई ब्रदर है वहाँ पर उसको मैं रिक्वेस्टिंग कर रहा हूँ मोदी जी को, टू सेव आवर चिन्मय प्रभु इन जेल, टू सेव आवर लीडर्स इन जेल। वो जेल हत्या हम लोग नहीं देखना चाहते हैं। एंड विशिंग ऑल ऑफ यू हैप्पी न्यू ईयर, थैंक यू, जय बांग्ला।
Yes, Jai Bangla. Happy New Year to everyone. We will speak in New Year. So let's see how this goes. Stay safe. Thanks, guys. Bye.